Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. Looking for someplace special to hold an event or a conference? Hey, it's available right here in Jasper. Joining us in the studio is Kyle Rupert. He's the Executive Director of Jasper Community Arts. And with the Tim Clark Cultural Center and the Jasper Civic Auditorium, there's spaces available people can rent and may not realize they can do that.
Yeah, the Tim Clark Cultural Center, with its opening back a little more than a year ago, added a lot of new spaces to our community for the public to use.
It's not something I would think of using, but I'm glad. I know the atrium, it could be used by people, but you can also rent and use the art galleries. Let's talk a little bit about what spaces are available at the Tim Clark Cultural Center that people may not think of because it's a different kind of a setup.
Yeah, so, and you mentioned the atrium, which is the section of the Cultural Center that sits in between Jasper Community Arts and the Jasper Public Library. And it is a pretty unique space. During normal hours, it's more of a lounge area. We've got lots of different kinds of furniture in there from Kimball. So you've got the highest quality furniture that you wouldn't normally see in some places out and available. But it features very tall ceilings and a lot of natural light, along with a beautiful terrazzo floor that really sparkles in the evening, which is just a spectacular setting that sits in between our two sides. And that is a very large space that can accommodate a couple hundred people fairly easily. And there have been all kinds of activities and events in there, from presentations to programs to concerts, charity events, receptions, reunions, you name it. It's probably happened in there already just in the year or so it's been available. And then we move into the JCA side, and we've got the galleries, as you mentioned, which are available as a section to rent. So if you wanted a unique setting for your activity or events, it's a perfect spot for that. You can accommodate a few hundred people in there. We've had people who have used it and set up bar areas, who have had meals in there, have had pre-event activities planned for in there. And then you get back to the other wing, the workshop and studio wing, and between the Black Box Theater, which is really a multi-purpose style room, to our workshop rooms, which are also great for meetings and breakout sessions. You can rent our clay studio and have a private clay function or activity, and we can help get an instructor in there for that. And then you can rent the whole half of the building if you really wanted to, from the atrium all the way to the studios, and really have a unique experience for your activity or event.
If somebody's interested, they need to talk to you, because I think sometimes we close our minds, oh, it has to be this kind of a building, that's what it is. But you've got a whole different kind of setup. Who do they talk to? The Jasper Arts section? They call you guys?
Yeah, they'll call us. We have an event coordinator, Bryce Conway, is who they'd want to speak with. And really, there are event halls, there are event venues that are large rooms. That's what they're built for. The Cultural Center was not built specifically just for that use. It's built to be a cultural hub, and that's its main driver. It's its main reason for being. But it can provide a unique setting for an event. So if you were looking for something that's maybe a little different, that would be a great option. Call us, call Jasper Community Arts, ask for Bryce. He can walk you through all the different options. We're really big on making sure that whatever experience you have with us, whatever the event is, that it's a good one. So we're going to ask a lot of questions about the event because it is a unique space. And if it's not quite the right fit, we're going to suggest other options. The Parklands Pavilion is another beautiful facility the city owns. If it's a smaller event, you want some more outside access, that may be the right fit. If you are hoping to invite more people than what we can accommodate, I know the River Center just put up a large tent outside, so they can accommodate a larger number of guests, and that's just right across the street. So there are a lot of different features that are available, and we walk through all of that. So it's not just about our building, it's about the experience that you're going to have.
Do you provide tables? Do you provide lighting? Is that things people need to think about too when they rent?
Well, we could go into a lot of things that people have to, the laundry list of items people have to think about. But, we do have tables. We have tables that are available that are included in the cost. that people can use. If they want to use other tables, they're welcome to bring tables in. We don't have a table restriction necessarily. The important thing is communication. So if you're going to bring in something, let us know what it is, and we can walk through that. But we do have tables. We don't carry linens. As far as lighting goes, I mean, the building has lighting inside of it. If you're wanting anything additional, that's something we would have to work through on with you. We don't have any additional lighting, so it'd be something to be brought in. We don't do any meals in-house. We don't do any alcohol catering in-house. That's all stuff that has to be brought in from the outside. But we can help people. We can answer those questions. I'm not sure.
And we're talking mostly about the Tin Clark Cultural Center right now.
Right.
Let's go back to the old way,
right?
Because you have the Jasper Community Civic Auditorium,
right?
The Art Center, which is located on the southeast side of town. South side of town. And that's a facility that people can rent as well, like we do for the WBDC Country Showdown.
Yeah.
But there are other sorts of presentations that could be done there.
Yeah, we've had dance recitals in there, music recitals, Showdown you mentioned. But even in a non-performance sense, that is a good venue for anyone who is looking to have a larger meeting. If you're looking for a few hundred people and you need to give a presentation, we've got 2 projector screens set up on both sides of the stage. We have the podium ready to go. It's an elevated speaking position. You can get 675 people in that space. So it's a good opportunity for those kinds of presentations, award ceremonies, that sort of thing. The lobby area right now is also can be retrofitted for a meeting space. I would steer people over to the library or to River Center or to the workshop side or Parklands. There's a lot of places I would go to first before the lobby, but we have had people use the lobby space too for meetings.
So I guess maybe I'm thinking crazy and tell me this is not right. Let's say I'm going to have a family reunion. I want everybody to paint. Mm-hmm. We want to do paintings at our family reunion.
Okay.
Could I rent the art studio?
Yeah, you could rent the painting studio, and then we could work out. That's where I would ask more about what is all going to be included. Are you guys going to eat? Okay, if so, are you going to have that catered in? Are you going to put a food truck out front? And that will help us decide. Okay, well, the painting studio is one option that you could utilize for that. Okay, you could use the black box too for the other part of that, or maybe it needs to be the painting studio, and then you've got a large family, so we need to look at the atrium for 6 hours maybe. Or, if it's even bigger than that, like, the River Center has some community rooms that you could utilize, and then you could have the painting activity here, because there's a sidewalk now that crosses underneath 3rd Avenue that you can get over to that side without having to cross, the street. So there's a lot of ways to go about it, and that's all part of that conversation, that process that we'd want to go through.
I guess really a lot of it is creativity.
Yeah.
Just don't put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
Just think about the options, because it would be really neat to have a rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
In one of in the art studios.
Yeah.
What an elegant, different way of doing things.
And we had that. We had someone who had a rehearsal dinner in the gallery section, and then the next night they had before their reception, they had drinks and appetizers in the exhibit section as well. So everyone was in that portion while the reception area was getting finished, set up, and then everyone moved over into the atrium as well. So it does provide that unique setting for folks that are interested in that.
A lot of versatility there at the Tin Clark Cultural Center.
Absolutely.
And the best way to find anything out is to simply stop by, and that way you can see the facility, or to give a call and find out some more information.
Absolutely.
And they should call the 482
482-3070.
3070.
Yep.
Pretty easy number to remember. Kyle, anything else you'd like to add?
Just appreciate the time, Bill. Looking forward to Showdown this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a great show. All right, thank you for joining us for WJTS in.form. Our guest has been Kyle Rupert. We've been talking about renting some facilities through the Jasper Arts that are available, either the Civic Auditorium, the Art Center, or at the new Tin Clark Cultural Center. Kyle, thank you for being our guest.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.